Good morning, 604.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss
Good
Canela.
morning, Miss Canella and Mr. D.
Good morning. All right, I want to explain to you why Mr. R is not here today. I'm sure you guys recall him last week. Hey, good morning. I'm sure you guys recall Mr. R last week having tooth pain. Remember that? Remember he was having like tooth pain for those that have regularly been coming, and he was like typing in the chat a few days. He actually had his wisdom teeth pulled today, so he won't be here today. Okay, wisdom teeth are teeth that we don't need to have, and we usually get them when we're like in our teenage years. And sometimes when we're a teenager, they're fine. But then as we get older, what happens is they start to bother us. And that was the case with Mr. R. So he did get 2 of them taken out today. So that is why he is not here. But he will be back tomorrow. All right, so we're going to proceed with today's lesson. A few reminders is that office hours are today at 2:20. So after today's lesson, I highly suggest that you come, okay? Reason why I say that is because now we're getting into the meat and grind, or the meat and the potatoes of the lesson. And sorry, that was Celine. I thought she got something. We're going to be now getting into the lesson, and it's going to be a little bit more hard. It's going to be a little harder, and it's going to be challenging, especially today's lesson if you don't pay attention and if you do not take notes. Next off, progress reports are coming out on Thursday. Okay, this Thursday, your progress reports are due. So 1, if you don't like the grade that you currently have in your classes, I suggest you start attending Saturday School for Math and ELA, and I suggest that you start attending office hours for this class. Am I understood? Am I understood? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, 2 more announcements for math. Okay, the end of the unit performance-based task. I looked at some of the people's work in here. I need more work. I need a little bit more. That is due a week from today. It is part of your grade. The Unit 2 performance-based task. You can work either with people in this class, by yourself, or other 6th grade students, but you must have your own project turned in. You can have the same answers, but you all got to turn in your project. That is due next Monday. We gave it to you last week, so you had almost 2 weeks to do it. You had about, I think, 12 days to do the project. Last but not least, some parents and some students are reaching out to me. They wanted to know if their children can have extra credit. I posted an extra credit break pack it up. It is something all of you are capable of doing. So again, if you have like a 90 and you want to get a 98, or you want to try to get that 100, or if you're not passing and you want to try to pass, I highly suggest that all of you try it. It is not difficult. But I am not going to give you the answers, or as Mr. R, for the Unit 2 performance-based task. You got to figure that out on your own. All right? So, here we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is this. We're going to proceed with the lesson. So, Abigail, I want you to type the learning target in the chat. You don't have to write down the vocab, just the learning target. Every question I went over, I posted in Google Classroom because I had the first class. Kalani, I'm going to ask you to be the typist. You're going to type who's doing what in the box. Learning target page is going to be read by Kayla. Okay, so Kayla is going to do the learning target page. Kayla has the LT. Number 1 is going to be, I am going to have Juliana, and I'm going to have Brandon do number 1, which is called the quick check for understanding. Number 2, I'm going to have David and Justin. Good. Check for understanding is Juliana and Brandon. Number 1 will be David and Justin. Number 2 is going to be Natalie and Abigail. So that would be 1, 2. Number 3 is going to be Leanna and Rameses. Number 4, Math Wizard Kalani. And then number 5, I'm going to have Ian and Maria. That way it's fair. Okay? So Kalani will be, what, honey?
For number 5 is Maria and who?
Ian. Kalani will be reminding you as we get to the problems who's going to do what, okay? All right. Again, you do not have to write down all the vocab words because we've seen these words already. We're just going to get right to the work because it is already 10:18 and I want to get right to the work because it is going to be a little tricky. All right, Kalani, who's reading the learning target?
The learning target is Caleb.
Learning target. I can write, read, and evaluate expressions in which letters stand for numbers. I can evaluate expressions by substituting numbers in place of variables, letters to calculate the unknown value. Today we will learn how to evaluate expressions by substituting numbers in place of variables, letters to calculate the unknown value.
Keep going. You read all the vocab?
Okay. Variable, a letter that represents as an unknown amount or a quantity. Expression, a mathematical phrase that contains operations, number, and or variables. Numerical expression, an expression that contains numbers, operations, signs, plus, subtraction, times, and division. Algebraic expression, an expression that contains one variable, letter, and operation signs, plus, subtraction, times, and division. Coefficient, a number in front of a variable.
Again, you do not have to write down the vocab. I just want the learning target on your page. If you want to write down the vocabulary at lunchtime, feel free to, but you are not required to. Got it? All right. All right. So, all right. Just to review, when we have a coefficient like 7, which is the number in front of the variable, and then we have a variable, which is a letter attached, it means multiplication. So 7n means multiplication. Yeah? Makes sense? Remember? Okay. So today we're going to learn how to evaluate algebraic expressions. So let's look at this quick sample. Expressions. Evaluate the algebraic expression when n is 8. Okay? So when n is 8, we have 56 over n. We rewrite the expression. We're going to take n and we're going to plug in, replace, or substitute 8. So anytime in number 1 I see n, I plug 8 on the bottom, 56 over 8. Same thing, I'm going to divide 56 by 8. Now my answer is 7. On number 2, I have 20 minus n. You should probably write these 2 examples down. I would write them if I were you. 20 minus n. N is 8. I take 8, I plug it in, substitute it in for n, and then I subtract 20 from 8. I arrive at 12 as the answer or the result. Now, we said that there are 3 ways we write multiplication. We're going to see it with the parentheses, or sometimes we'll see the dot now. We're never going to really see multiplication with the times. Number 2, we won't see it like that. You don't have to write that down. Okay, all I wanted was a learning target. I do want you, though, to write down evaluating and the steps. I want you to write down the steps here. So when you're evaluating algebraic expressions, what you're doing is you're finding the answer to the expression. So for example, right, in 3a minus 2b, anytime I see a, I'm going to substitute 6. I'm going to rewrite the expression, step 1. I already replaced. Anytime I see a, step 2, I plug in 6. Anytime I see b, I substitute a 4. Okay, that's step 2. Replace the numbers for the variables. And then the last step says calculate. Calculate means do the math. So 3 times 6 is 18, because that means multiplication. And 2 times 4 is 8. I now subtract because there's a subtraction sign, and I arrive at 10 as the answer. That is the way I evaluate the expression 3a minus 2b. I substitute whatever A is for any time I see A, and I substitute or replace the 4 for any time I see B. Make sense? And then I perform the math. This is all in your Google Classroom. I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. Make sure you got the 3 steps on your paper, though, and a learning target. So if there is no learning target when you submit your notes today, I can't help you, nor can Mr. R. Kevin just arrived. Let me write that down. Kevin, 10:23. All right, we're moving on. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Is Adam here? Is Adam here, guys? No, right?
I am.
You are, okay. Okay. All right, awesome. All right, let's move on. All right, quick check for understanding, Kalani. Who's doing this one?
Juliana and Brandon.
All right, Juliana and Brandon, there's 3 problems, so figure it out. Who's going first? Juliana and Brandon, this one's for you folks. Juliana? So Juliana, an 8a plus 6, what's the coefficient? What's the number in front of the variable?
It is 8 and the variable is a
And what's the term, which is the number?
6
And what are the 2 operations? What does 8a mean?
times
Addition, and the plus is
Addition.
addition, but what does 8a mean?
multiplication.
Good. Brandon, do B, and Samira, you're gonna do C. Brandon,
The coefficient is m.
is there one?
No.
So none.
The variable is m.
What's the term, the number by itself?
81.
And what are the operations in this expression, sir?
Subtraction and division.
Good. Samira, you're gonna do C. Hopefully we can hear you. Mr. Hollins.
Yeah.
All right. What's the coefficient in 3z minus 12? Well, it's a little, type it in the chat. It's hard to hear you, kiddo. You're very laggy, staticky. Sounds like you're underwater. You gotta quit. We still can't really hear you. It sounds like you're underwater.
Can I go, Ms. Canella?
Go ahead, Leanna.
The coefficient is 3, the variable is z, the terms is 12, and the operations is subtraction and multiplication.
Beautiful. Thank you, darling. Okay, so here we go. Thank you. Subtraction and multiplication. Okay, this is in your Google Classroom, so you can refer there. It's all there. Got it? All right. Okay, let's go. Kalani, who's doing problem 1?
David and Justin.
Okay, David, do the top. Justin, do the bottom. David, please read the directions and solve part 1. Justin, you got part 2. David, it's hard to hear you. You sound like you're underwater. David, type your answers in the chat. Justin, pick up. Justin, Bodo, pick up.
Pick what up?
Number 1, part 1, 8m plus 6. What operations are in number 1? There's 2 answers. What do you see? You see a plus sign and you see 8m. What operations are those?
Multiplication.
Thank you,
I didn't
Kalani.
want to say that.
Okay, what's the other one, Justin? Multiplication and somebody.
Addition.
Thank you. Number 2, 52 divided by 3m. What operations are there?
Division and multiplication.
Good. Problem 3, 9 divided by p times 12. What do we see?
Division and multiplication.
Good. Moving on to the bottom part. You're now going to identify the expression. You're going to say, what operations are there? Boris, number 1, 4b plus 7. What operations are in this problem, sir?
Addition,
And?
multiplying.
Good.
Multiplication.
Good. Better do number 2. What operations are in this expression? 90.m minus 129.
Multiplication and subtraction.
Excellent. Hey, it's okay, Abigail. You can type in the chat. Last but not least, j over 80. What operations is that? Division, right? Again, this is in Google Classroom. Abigail, try now to unmute yourself. Okay, you're good, Abigail, because you're going to do in a few problems, all right? Just want to make sure you're good. All right, go to the Google Classroom. I put this up there from the last class. Kalani, who's got model problem 2?
Natalie and Abigail.
Natalie and Abigail. So Abigail, I think you can do part 1 and 2, and then Natalie, you can do 3 and 4, and you guys can assist each other. So Abigail, what do you do on part 1? Let's rewrite the expression first. 2a plus 3b minus 4a. What numbers go in place of a, Abigail?
In place of 8, it's 2. No.
When a is what? Good. So 2 times 6, right? Plus what number goes in place of b?
And 4.
4. And then we subtract 4 times what's a?
4 times 6.
Good. Now let's do the math. Right? Coefficient and a variable attached means multiplication. So what's 2 times 12? 2 times 6?
2 times 6 is 12.
Plus, what's 3 times 4?
3 times 4 is 12.
Minus 4 times 6.
4 times 6 is
24.
All right. Now, let's go do the math. Right? We got to do the math. What's 12 plus 12?
12 plus 12 is 24.
And then we have to subtract what from it?
Minus 24,
Mm-hmm.
which is 0.
Good. 0, guys. You see that? 0. Yes? Okay, try part 2 on your own, Abigail. Rewrite the expression. I'll rewrite it for you. Remember, step 1 is to rewrite. Step 2, what do we do with the 3 and the w?
The W is 2.
Good. Yeah.
And now 6 times 3
Mm-hmm.
is,
Well, that's 6 times 3. You could do that, or I'd rather do the parentheses. What's 3 plus 2?
3 plus 2 is 5.
Good. So now solve.
now we have to multiply 6 times 5, which is 30.
Good. You guys see that? You guys see that? Yes? And is everyone with me? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Gonna move on to part 3. Natalie, can you give it a try? Natalie, step 1, let's rewrite the expression, right? Let's just do that. I'm gonna help you rewrite it. Go ahead, Natalie.
70 divided by y plus, wait.
What do I do with the y now? What number goes in place of y?
10,
And what operation is 70 over y?
division,
Good. So 70 divided by 10 plus, what's 8b? What operation is that?
oh no, wait, minus,
8b is minus, or is it multiplication?
multiplication,
What number goes in place of b?
4,
Good. So 2 says replace. Let's do the math. What's 70 divided by 7?
7, 10,
10. Plus, so I'm going to write it like this. This is 10. 10 plus. What's 8 times 4?
32,
I mean, wait, 70 divided by 10 is not 10. It's what?
7,
8 times 4 is,
32,
okay, so 3 says you're going to solve. What's the answer? 7 plus 32 is how much?
39,
Bam. You see that, Natalie? Okay. When you're ready, tell me how I do step 4. What's step 1 say? What?
3,
Rewrite, right?
yeah,
What's step 2? Sub, replace, right?
place, yeah,
So 5 times what?
5 times 9,
Plus what?
plus 3,
Good. Easy, right, Natalie? Nothing hard, right? So far, it's nothing hard, right? 2, we're gonna say replace. What do we do now, Natalie? We should do what's in the parentheses, right?
yeah,
So 5 times 9
5 times 9 equals 45,
plus 3.
48,
Good. Solve. So we're gonna do 2, and you said the answer on the side was 48. So what's 2 times 48?
2 times, you said 2, right?
What's 2 times 48?
96,
Yeah, bam. Golden. Anyone have any questions? You should write these 3 steps down. I'm actually going to put this one in Google Classroom as well. Everyone see that? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay, I'm going to start erasing part 1 because we all have that. I know that. If you follow replace, rewrite, replace, solve, you should be golden, kids. Kalani, who's got the next problem?
Leanna and Ramesses.
Okay. Problem 3, Leanna. Maybe Ramesses, you read it. Leanna, you solve it. Ramesses Gote.
The height of horses is measured in hands. To find the height of a horse in inches, use the equation for h, where h is the number of hands. Casey has a horse that is 15 hands tall. How tall is Casey's horse in inches?
Leanna, can you take it away with the expression and solve it? What do we do here, Leanna Sanchez?
So we have, hold on. Okay, so we have 4h, which I believe that's our expression, which is 4 times, but we have to write it like that, 4h.
Okay. I'm going to write
Okay,
each is what number?
h equals 15. If you look at the problem, it says use the expression 4h, where h is the number of hands. Katie has a horse that is 15 hands tall. That's how we know. So you have to do 4 times. Wait. Hold on.
4 times what?
4 times 15, and then you'll get 60 inches tall.
Is what?
What's it called? I said the answer is 60 inches tall. Casey's horse is 60 inches tall.
Good.
Like,
Everyone see what you did? You have a question like this on your independent work. Answer. Casey's horse, oops, not ours. Horse, oh man, is 60 inches tall. Everyone see what she did there? Anyone have any questions on what Leanna just did? Please ask now. Ask her now. Thumbs up if you're with us. David, you with us? See lots of stuff in the chat. I understand. The part I don't understand. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Kalani, who's got number 4?
me.
All right. It's a big problem. Let's see what you got.
Okay, so write an expression. No, I gotta start from top. To convert a temperature from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit, the temperature in degrees Celsius is multiplied by 1.8 and then 32 is added to the product. Write an expression that can be used to convert a temperature from degrees Celsius, C, to degrees Fahrenheit, and then use the expression to convert 35 degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Okay.
All right, so let's do the guiding questions first. Start with 1 to 6, and then you could do this, okay?
Okay. So what variable will we use to represent Celsius? We'll be using C. And then to represent Fahrenheit, we're using F.
Mm-hmm.
The number we'll multiply is 1.8. No, wait. Yeah.
Good.
The number we'll add is 35.
Will you add to the product?
35.
Multiply 1.8, and then 32 is added to the product.
32.
Okay. What's the expression? 1.5 what?
1.8 C plus 32.
You see where she got that? Can you explain where you got the 1.8 C plus 32 from?
I got it from where it says the temperature in degrees Celsius is multiplied by 1.8 and then 32 is added to the product.
Good. Okay, next part.
What number will be substituted in place of C? So C, that'll be 35.
Okay, so now, what would the expression be? You said it, I think, for number 5. What is the expression?
1.8 C plus 32. And then we turn the C to 35.
Good. Why?
Because C is represented as 35 and we have to multiply 1.8 by 35.
Excellent. So 1, rewrite. So now she says you multiply 1.5 times 35. And then she says add 32. So step 2 is replace. What's step 3, Miss?
Step 3 is to answer. So 1.8 times 35 is 63.
It is?
Yeah.
1.8 times 35 is 63. Yeah.
And then you gotta add 32, which is 95.
Everyone see how she got that? She broke it down very well. Emmanuel, you said something in the chat, so I don't know what you're trying to ask. Can you type to me privately what you need? Okay, I think in the Google Classroom, I don't think the answer was 95. I think there was a mistake there, right? Just want to double check for me, Miss Kalani Roman, when you get a moment. Are we good, guys? Yeah? People are shaking their heads, so I'm assuming we're okay. All right, the guiding questions will help you create expressions. Just know when something is multiplied, you have to multiply 1.8c because you don't know the Celsius yet. And then you add 32 plus 32 is what she said. Hold on a minute. Okay. Next. All right. We're going to do the next problem, which is problem 5, which is done by Ian and Maria.
Part 1. Mr. Blow orders lunches to be delivered to his school, workplace for himself and some of his teachers. The cost of each lunch is $6.25. There is also a one-time delivery fee of $3.50 to deliver the lunches. Write expression that Mr. Blow will use to find the cost of ordering N lunches.
Okay. So how much does one lunch cost?
$6.25.
Perfect. $6.25. So 6.25. Read question 2, please. I don't know who's writing on the screen, but you better stop now because we're not going to play these games with me. Go ahead. Can you do part 2?
And the cost, the one-time delivery fee is $3.25. I mean $3.50.
Is how much?
$3.50.
Good. $3.50. Number 3. Can you read number 3?
Identify. The text box is in the way.
Sorry.
Identify. Name the variable used to order lunches. The variable is N.
The variable's N. Good. What's the expression now? Are we multiplying the 6.25N or are we going to add 6.25 plus N? What makes sense here?
We're going to multiply.
And then what do we do with a fee? A fee is money that we add on or take away?
Add.
Add. We're going to add $3.50. Now, what does this expression show? Huh? What does that expression, 6.25N plus 3.50 show? Somebody tell me, what does that show what you just created? What does the 6.25 represent?
The cost for each lunch.
But what does the N represent?
how many lunches there are.
Good. I'm so happy that one's with me right now. Plus, then we have, what does the $3.50 represent?
The fee
The
of each lunch.
delivery fee.
Not the fee of each lunch, the delivery fee. How many lunches is Mr. Blau gonna buy?
5.
So what am I gonna do with the N and the 6.25 now?
Multiply.
Good. So step 1 is I rewrote the expression. You rewrite. Now I'm gonna multiply 6.25 times 5. And what does that equal first?
31.25.
And that represents the what? The total cost of what?
Of the lunch.
Of how many lunches?
5.
Good. Now, am I done or I have to do one more step?
You have to do one more step.
What do I now do with the 31.20? Sorry, what do I do now with the 31.25?
We
And-
add $3.50.
Huh?
$3.50.
Good. 31.25 plus $3.50 is going to equal how much money, folks?
$34.75.
$34. And what does this represent?
The total cost of the delivery fee and the lunches.
Yes, thank you. Easy, right? Is the total cost of the lunches, oops, not eeks, with the delivery fee. Okay, this is how it would be broken down. Everyone see that? There is a question like this on your independent work. You'll see it in a moment. Okay? Anyone have any questions on anything that we did today? Thumbs up if you're with me. Thumbs up if you're like, all right, this isn't so bad. I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kevin, I see your some side, so that means office hours today. Okay? 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 11 out of 19, I'm concerned. Yes. All right. So let me erase this part, and I'm going to open up your independent work, and we're going to do it now as a class. So Kalani, you're going to actually be the teacher, and you're going to teach everybody how to do it. And Leanna. So independent practice, okay, just to let everyone know, where did that come from? Let me show you so that there's no I don't know what you're doing. When we do this, you should be doing it, and you should get 100. If you write down what we say to write down, you should get 100, folks. This is only for today. All right, so you're going to go to your Google Classroom. How come I can't get in the Google Classroom right now? Google Classroom. Why is it not letting me in there? And, okay, you're going to go to Google Classroom like me. If you're not there, please get there now. And you're going to click on, okay, these are all the screenshots of today's lesson. You're going to click on class notes you're going to do later. This is the extra credit assignment that you all are capable of. So we want to focus on daily notes later, independent and exit ticket or now. So let's do it. Okay, you're in class 604. And then you're going to write how you did on the class. If you think you gave yourself, I need more help, practice, you come to office hours. If you think you did okay, you're going to put 2. And if you're like, I really understand this, give yourself a 3. All right, Kalani Roman and Leanna, and then I'm going to have Abigail instruct on the exit ticket. So Kalani and Leanna, you girls are up on reading and explaining. There are 4 problems, so maybe Kalani, you want to do 2, and Leanna, you do 2?
Yeah,
All right, so who's going first?
Leanna.
All right. It says Miss Canella and Mr. Zeke ordered lunches, or Mr. R ordered lunches to be delivered to their school workplace for their colleagues. The cost of each lunch is $8.95. There is also one-time delivery fee of $5.50 to deliver the lunches. What is the expression that will be used to find the cost of ordering and lunches?
Okay, Leanna, what do we do? Talk to the class.
Okay. Hold on, let me think about this because I didn't even do this myself.
So,
Okay,
quiet. No, Selena.
ordering lunches.
So how much is each lunch, young lady?
Each lunch is $8.95.
Okay, if each lunch is $8.95, right? What am I going to do with that and the variable n? Somebody help her out.
Are you gonna multiply them?
Yeah. So you're going to write 8.5n. Now there's a delivery fee.
Oh, the delivery fee is $5.50. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add $8.95
Yep.
times plus $5.50.
So the
So your
expression.
answer would be A, or like the first answer.
Good. And can you explain quickly, what does the $8.95 represent again?
$8.95 represents how much is each school lunch or lunch.
And what does the 5.50 represent?
The one-time delivery fee.
Right? And the fee means you add, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Everyone see what she did? So therefore, in this problem, folks, you should have select number 1. Everyone got that? You write this in your notes, you'll get extra points. All right, how do we do number 4, Leanna? Leanna?
Say it again, Miss Canella, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, how would we do number 4? Can you read it for us?
Okay, it says, can you hold on, make the screen bigger.
There's a typo.
What is the, say it again?
It's supposed to say evaluate the following, not what is.
Oh, because it says what is.
I know, just ignore that.
Evaluate the following expression below. Hint, multiply 70 times 10 plus 8 times 4. Then add to find the total. 70 times plus 8 times b, when y equals 10 and b equals 4, right? The answer has 3 numbers. 800, for example, 832. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 70 times 10 because you have to, that's the multiply expression, and y equals 10. So 70 times 10 equals 700. Now we're going to say that number, and then we're going to do, wait, where is it? Oh, here it is. 8 times 4, because, b represents 4. So 8 times 4 equals 32. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add 700 plus 32, and you'll get 732.
Bam.
That'll be your answer.
You guys see what she did there? Anyone have any questions on question 3 or 4 on what Leanna just did? All right, Kalani Roman, you're going to do number 5 and you're going to do number 6. Take it away.
The height of horses is measured in hands. To find the height of a horse in inches, use the expression 4h, where h is the number of hands. Casey has a horse that is 15 hands tall. How tall is Casey's horse in inches? So H equals 15 hands. So we have to multiply 4 times 15. And that's 60.
What answer?
So the answer is A.
Good. Okay, move on and read number 6, please.
Okay. Determine the value for 8A plus 7B minus 3A when A equals 6 and B equals 4. So it'll be 8.
I'm listening.
Okay, it'll be 8 times 6.
8 times. I'm going to actually rewrite that. I'm going to use a text box.
Okay.
This looks better. Hold on, let me just clear my drawings here. All right, text box. I don't know why. Okay, we're on number 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she said we have 8A plus, keep going. I'm going to catch up to you.
7B minus 3A. So it'll be 8 times 6 plus 7 times 4 minus 3 times 6. So 8 times 6 is, I know, no, it's not that. I thought. It's 48 plus 7 times 4, which is 28, minus 3 times 6, which is 18. So 48 plus 28, is 76. Let's see.
That's right, 76.
Yeah, 76, and then you gotta subtract it by 18, which is 58. So the answer is B.
And then she said 76 minus 18 is 58. Everyone see what she's doing? Yes, no, maybe so. Somebody? Now, we just literally did this together, so there should be no reason why all of you on here shouldn't have received 100. If we didn't get 100, I know that the 2 students modeled it perfectly. This should boost your grade, folks. All right, let's go look at what your exit ticket looks like. We got 10 minutes, so let's do this. All right, you're going to type class 604. Abigail. And let's have maybe Kayla. Okay, Abigail. So what you're doing is you're substituting 6 times 2x plus 5y. Okay, I'm going to type up the question here so you can see it. 2x plus 5y. We said x was 3. Abigail, what do we do here?
What we have to do is that 6 and 2x is 3 and 5y is 5, 4.
Okay. What do we do in the parentheses? 2 times 3.
2 times 3 is 6 and 5 times 4 is 20. And
Okay.
then we have to add what we got, which was 6 plus 20, which is 26.
Mm-hmm. And now what's 6 times 26? 6 times 26 is what? Yeah, Kevin, you know 6 times 26? What is it? You had your hand up.
156.
Yeah, whoever said that. Oops. Bam, you should pick answer what?
You should pick letter A.
Good. Okay, let's do number 3. What do we do? Somebody read it and solve it.
Evaluate
Question
the
3.
Evaluate the following, okay?
36 minus 9e when e equals 3. Write your answer as one number. Example 8.
Abigail, what goes in place of E?
In place of E is
3.
3.
Help me finish this. 36 minus what?
36 minus 9 times 3 is 27.
27.
And what is that?
Now we have to do 36 minus 27, which is
9.
9. Bam. Ready? Boris, I'm calling on you for this one. What is the coefficient in number 4? Boris, what is the coefficient in 8a plus 6? It's the number in front of the variable.
8.
Huh? 8.
8.
Bingo. 8 it is. Congratulations, kiddo. Good? Everyone should have received 100. I don't want to hear but miss, but mister. There's no but miss, but mister. Your peers did the problems. What's up, Natalie?
I didn't see the answer for the last one.
We just said, what's the coefficient in 8a plus 6? What's up, Natalie? Yeah.
For the independent, what's number 5?
Oh, I don't remember.
What's the last question?
Yeah, I don't remember the last question. Let me check.
No, for the exit ticket.
Number 5, the answer was 60, Natalie. So,
Yeah.
no, listen, I'm not. So what is the coefficient in 8a plus 6, Justin? Justin Bodo, what is the coefficient in 8a plus 6, Justin Bodo? Let him do it.